If you had HBO, you called it, hey, Beastmaster's on. If you had TBS, it was the Beastmaster station. You're probably excited to hear about this. The Beastmaster series of 3 films and a series ran pretty much nonstop through my childhood.
It was foretold by witches. It was conceived through sorcery. And it was to be destroyed by all that is evil. But the courage of one mortal saved it. And so, into an age of darkness, in a time of mysticism, sacrifice, and plunder, there came the only light, the Beastmaster. Born with the strength of a black tiger, the courage of an eagle, the power that made him more than any hero. More than any lover. He was lord and master over all beasts. He was the Beastmaster. Behold the wonder, the horror, the fantasy, the challenge of the one warrior they called the Beastmaster. Mark Singer is Dar. Tanya Roberts is Carrie. Rip Torn is Mayak. John Amos is Seth. Together they take us on a fascinating journey back into unexplored times. Conquer your fears. Face the unknown. And discover the incredible link between man, animal, and all that is phantasmagorical. In the world of Dungeons, Dragons, and Dar. The Beastmaster. The epic adventure of a new kind of hero.
Even if the first movie wasn't a success in theaters, just like Phantasm, Beastmaster came straight out of the mind of Don Coscarelli. While he was only involved in the first film, he set up the character of Dar, played by Mark Singer. And when I say it came from the mind, Coscarelli loosely bases George's story off the novel The Beastmaster by Andre Norton. In that book, the hero is a Navajo named Hushchin Storm, and the story takes place in the future. Unhappy with the changes from page to screen, Norton asks for her name to be removed from the film's credit. Welcome to a Ruck, where the prophecy of a witch reveals the evil priest Max. Rip Torn reveals that the son of King Zorn King Zed will eventually kill him. Though Zed exiles the villain, one of Max's witches transforms the baby, will become Dar the Beastmaster from his mother's womb into a cow's womb. Yes, I just said that. That really happens. He's born out of a cow. Dar is rescued by a villager who raises him as her own son in the village of Emor. This being a sword sorcery movie, the whole town is destroyed by the Juns, barbarians under Max's command. Of course, Dar has taught his childhood how to fight and also how to telepathically communicate with animals. He is the Beastmaster, after all.
Dar, the gods have put their mark on you, and someday you will find out why. Till then, this mark will be your guide. My sword and my caper will be your trusted companions. Protect Emor, your home. And if anything should happen to me, look for our enemies, the Juns, and you may search for your destiny in the Valley of Arok.
Dar eventually puts together his army of animals, including Shirak the eagle, Kodo and Podo the ferrets, and a black tiger named Ruh. He also teams with Tanya Roberts, playing Kiri, a slave girl. He never spends time wandering amongst their half-bird, half-human race, who let him go when he realizes he can speak in the voice of eagles. What follows are battles with Max, an appearance by Good Time star John Amos, ferrets bravely sacrificing themselves, spoiler warning, baby ferrets being born, spoiler warning, Dar learning of his royal blood, and birdmen battling barbarians. Coscarelli did not have a good time making this. He fought with the producers over editing and casting. His choice was that Demi Moore play the helper instead of Tanya Roberts. Even sadder, his choice to play Max, Klaus Kinski. Bring it. I want that movie.
In a dark and distant age, a lone warrior with mystical powers.
Master of the beast.
And the creatures he commands. Rue, his strength. Kodo and Podo, his thieves. And Shirok, his eyes. They will challenge the forces of a brutal tyrant.
Did you actually believe that you and your flock of peasants could overthrow my kingdom?
But the battle for the fate of their world
With the threat of such a weapon, I could rule unopposed.
will lead them to another.
The ultimate power awaits you, my lord.
Dimensional portal, the doorway to your ultimate triumph.
To the most barbaric land that time has ever known.
This is Los Angeles. Most awesome place in the universe.
Yo, Darth Vader, what is it, some kind of movie set?
You gotta get yourself some fresh thread. Rock and roll, baby. Whoa.
How come a clean-cut jungle boy like you is hanging out with a creep like this?
This geek is really trying to get the bomb.
The world is mine! You must pass me first.
Singer returns in Beastmaster 2 Through the Portal of Time.
Beastmaster 2 Through the Portal of Time, directed by Sylvia Tabet. T-A-B-E-T, Tabet. He produced the original Beastmaster film as well as Evil Speak and Fade to Black. It's the only movie ever directed. This time around, Dar learns he has a half-brother named Archon. Wings Hauser is his half-brother, who's working alongside Lorana, Sarah Douglas, Queen Taramis, and Conan the Destroyer. Ursa in the Superman movies, probably the reason why young Sam and into older Sam like girls with short black hair who are mean and wanted to beat him up. Anyway, he wants to take over everything. They're almost captured by a hero until they create a portal that brings them to modern day Los Angeles. Everybody goes to Los Angeles. Dar, Rue, Kodo, Sherek, and they battle over a neutron bomb, do the neutron dance. Obviously, Arklon has seen Ator 2, the Blade Master. Luckily, that's a joke, really, that only sword and sorcery nerds are going to get. I mean, me. If someone said that on a podcast, I'd be like, oh my God, this person gets me. Luckily, our hero gets to work alongside Rich Girl, Jackie, Trent, Kari Ward, the it girl of the early 90s, and Lieutenant Coberly, James Avery. Yes, from the continuing the lineage of black friends of the Beastmaster coming from sitcoms, like James Avery. Robert Zadar shows up. Always nice. Jim Wynorski was going to direct this and wrote a screenplay before Tibet decided to direct. Luckily for Jim Wynorski, he lawyered up, got to keep his name on the movie and make some money. This movie completely ignores the fact that Kodo died, spoiler warning, in the first one, and Dar's Mark of the Beast switches hands from the last movie. If you're into continuity, f*** you. If you're into continuity, perhaps the Beastmaster movies aren't for you. That brings us to Beastmaster 3.
The legends speak of a new ruler, a young upstart named King Tal. They say he has a knowledge of the eye, and they say he will share this knowledge with his brother, a nomad cursed to wander the deserts and the forests, a man with power over the animals and scarred with the mark of the beast. I will command my warriors to bring the young king to me. That, in turn, will bring me his brother, the Beastmaster. When I have them both, I will regain my power and my kingdom. I must have the Eye of Braxus.
The Eyes of Braxus. Oh my gosh. Dar, back one more time. This time trying to rescue his brother. He's finally got another brother. King Tal. He's grown up and he's played by Casper Van Dien from, well, Starship Troopers. He's joined by Tao's bodyguard Seth, no longer John Amos, now Tony Todd, which, I mean, when I first saw this movie, I screamed Tony Todd at the top of my lungs at 3 a.m, woke up my whole house. A warrior woman named Shada, who's Sandra Hess from Mortal Kombat Annihilation, an acrobat named Bay, and Seth's ex-girlfriend, a sorceress named Morgana. Leslie Ann Down. What? She's a big actress. I mean, Doug Samore wrote songs about Leslie Ann Down. They're battling the slumming David Warner as Lord Aegon, who's been sacrificing youngsters to shave years off his life. You know, the older I get, the more this seems like a great idea, because them kids. He's also trying to release the dark god Braxis, who looks like a human dinosaur. Wow. It sounds like something you'd say after you went to the bathroom. Like, are you okay? Braxis. This one's directed by Gabrielle Beaumont, also behind the movie The Godsend and the Jamie Lee Curtis starring movie about Dorothy Stratton, Death of a Centerfold, written by David Wise, one of the main writers on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon. That's why this one is super family friendly. This would lead to a Beastmaster TV series.
In an age when nature and magic rule the world, there is an extraordinary legend. The story of a warrior who communicates with animals, who fights sorcery and the unnatural. His name is Dar, last of his tribe. He is also called Beastmaster.
Yes, you can buy the box set of it. It's a thing. It was an Australian-Canadian series based on the film. 66 episodes over 3 seasons. Pretty good, right? Dar is played by Daniel Goddard in this. Who is Daniel Goddard, you may ask? Well, he played Dar on the Beastmaster. He's also on Young and the Restless. He was also one of the male models on The Price is Right. What movies has he been in? Not much. He's in Lightspeed, which is a Stan Lee movie. Stan Lee got to make his own heroes. Also in Immortal Years, a.k.a. Kiss of the Vampire. So, yeah, he's in a couple things. He wrote 6 episodes of the show. Anyway, Dar is the last survivor of his tribe, and he's looking for his lost love on Kyra. He has a young man named Tao that helps him, and another orphaned warrior. You know, it's a whole thing. It goes on. There's also a spirit warrior named Dartanus. He's played by Mark Singer. So Mark Singer comes into this by the third season. Mark Singer was like, hey, you know what? Like, maybe I should be in that. Graham Bond plays the Ancient One. There's a Beastmaster series. Hunt it down. If you saw it and you like it, let me know in the show notes.
Hi, this is Troy McClure. Perhaps you've seen me in other movies that were on HBO all the time. Like Biggles, Adventures in Time, Super Fuzz, Yes, Giorgio, Eddie and the Cruisers, and Emmett Otter Goes to Hell. You've been listening to B&S About Movies. Visit the site at bndaboutmovies.com. Write to Sam at bndaboutmovies@gmail.com. And hey, why not donate at ko-fi.com/bndaboutmovies. For just a few bucks, Sam will watch any movie you ask him to, like some kind of trained seal.